My boy Haroon, today
Thank you.
we have the pleasure to have you on my channel to ask you some valuable information about the connection of fitness, self improvement, business, all this good stuff. And I've seen your transformation. You were pretty fat, you were chubby, you went through that transition, and now you're like pretty successful at business. You look way better, no homo, but like you made significant progress. And that's something that a lot of guys want to go through a transition. So, before we get to those topics, give us a short introduction about yourself.
I'm 21 years old, even though I don't look like it. I'm from Norway, 21-year-old entrepreneur. Dropped out from college in 2022 with one Norwegian krone in my bank account. And I was super fat. You can go into my Instagram and check. And yeah, I dropped out to become an entrepreneur. And in the first 9, 10 months, I kept jumping from business model to business model. And I used to be very undisciplined, lazy, fat, all of that, what you just said, just has to describe me. And now I'm not like super successful and I'm like have Lambos, but I've been able to change myself. I've been able to hit my goals. I've been able to hit $10,000 a month. I've been able to go from 107 kilograms to now I'm weighing 86 kilograms. And I've been able to drop out of college, get my own office. And yeah, bro, life is good now. But
Nice.
I'm not where I want to be yet.
Of course, man, there's always room to grow. Always room to grow. So, why did you drop out of college? Because I dropped out of college too when I was like 20. So, I'm really interested to see what was your reasoning.
Okay, so here's the thing, bro. As you know, I'm Pakistani, and when it comes to Asians, it's like your parents want you to go to school. They want you to get educated and get that degree and all that stuff. And like, I never wanted to. Once I graduated, like my third year of, we call it, what in America you call it high school, right? So once I graduated there, in my third year, I was like, I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to have anybody like tell me to do this and that. So I was like, I'm not gonna go to school. I'm not gonna get a job and this and that, right? So, anyways, in the end, like my parents were not forcing me, but they were like, it was pressure on me, because both of my older brothers, none of them have degrees, right? So like I had some kind of pressure on me, and also I didn't know what else to do, right? I didn't know what path to take to become an entrepreneur, and honestly, I didn't fully believe in myself that I could do it, right? So I chose. Okay, I was like, okay, told my parents I'm gonna go to college, but I'm gonna study entrepreneurship, right? So they were like, okay, college, as long as you're going to college, getting a degree, that's okay to us. So I started college, and I was not 19 years old. I just turned 19, and this was in 2021 in August. And I went my first year. Honestly, deep down, I knew it was bullshit, right? This is before the Andrew Tate era. This is before every single thing. Like, this is 2021. I know it was bullshit, but I didn't know what else to do, right? So I started college. I went there the first year. Like, I didn't really care that much, I was like going out with my friends. I didn't really care about like the future or what am I doing? I'm wasting my time, right? But then once the first year ended, I was like, fuck this shit. I'm never going to go back to college, okay? So I had 2 months of summer vacation. In those 2 months, I was like, I need to make money. I need to make something of my own so I can quit college. And I thought it was possible in 2 months. And yeah, long story short, I didn't make it in 2 months. I started college again. And this time, I remember this was the first day, Arin. This was the first day of my second year. And look, I'm studying entrepreneurship, right? So I'm supposed to learn about entrepreneurship. I come there, I sit there, and we have like an introduction of the rest of the year. This is what we're going to learn. This is what we're going to go through. And I swear, bro, the professor started talking about how we're going to learn about how we're going to land good jobs and how we're going to write good cover letters and CVs and things like this. And I was looking around, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I'm paying you $4,000 per semester, right? There's 2 semesters, $4,000 per semester. I'm putting myself in debt for the rest of my life for you to teach me the complete opposite of what I'm supposed to learn. That was the day I was like, fuck this shit. I'm dropping out. So I dropped out, but at home I didn't tell my parents. Like, I didn't want to tell them because I didn't want them to get disappointed and things like this. So instead of going to school, I was just, taking my laptop, going to the nearby cafe and just working there, trying to do some online business or trying to make money online. So that's why I dropped out, bro. It's a scam. Like, honestly, it's a scam. That's like, bro, me going to driving school and the motherfucker there had never driven a car before. And he tells me, I'm going to teach you how to ride a boat. He's teaching me the complete opposite thing.
Yeah.
Like literally that's what's happening. And I'm looking around the people, nobody's reacting. And I was like, fuck this. This is not for me. I'm never going to go back here. So that's why I dropped out, bro. It's a scam.
Bro, that's like 100% true, because like I had like a similar story. Like I was 18, 19. I was like, everybody's going to college. Let's go to college. My first semester there, I already knew like eventually I'm going to drop out, but I just lagging. I didn't have the trust in myself. So I kind of relate to that part. And then when the parents' pressure is on you, you just like, should I tell them? Should I not? And then eventually I just told them, you're like, you know what? Fuck it. This is my plan. I'm going to do this. And then you just drop out. You know, it is what it is. You cannot lie to yourself. That's the thing.
100%, bro. Your parents is going to understand later on when you made it. Now they're super proud of me. Like, bro, I'm not trying to say like I made it, but at least I made $10,000 a month.
You made progress, bro.
More.
You made progress.
Yeah, I made progress. Good. Yeah, I made progress and I hit my goals, right? So now they watch like all of my videos. They're probably going to be watching this too, you know? So they are proud of me now and they believe in me now. Before it was something else because they're like young and they're like, bro, imagine you had a kid, bro, and your kid is saying all this shit. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to do it. Probably like, shut the fuck up. Go back to college, right? So it's kind of hard for them to believe, but once you show some results, it's much easier.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So was entrepreneurship before you started your fitness journey, or was it like at the same time?
The thing about my fitness journey is, bro, like I've been doing fitness for a very long time, but in the beginning, when I started, I didn't take it seriously at all. I didn't know what it is to train to failure. I didn't know what it is to diet. I just went, picked up some weights, and I just doing this. That's what I did. But when I started like serious fitness, that was like, if I started entrepreneurship in 2022, I think 2023 was the year I started to train seriously. Before that, I was going to the gym, but I was not serious. I was not progressive overloading. I was not trying to build muscle. I was just going just to go, you know, just because it feels good for the brain. It's because I feel like I'm productive. That's why I was going. So it really started in 2023.
Got it. And then you said you were 107 kg, right?
Yeah, 107 kgs.
Did you have a lot of like muscle mass, or it was like mainly fat?
No, I had some muscle mass. I was big. I was pretty like, I'm a tall guy as well. I'm 6 foot, how do you say, in centimeters, I'm 192, 193. So that's 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", I don't know, somewhere there. But I used to be like I used to be kind of bulky, but I had a lot of fat over. And I also had gyno, right? So it looked like I never trained chest in my life. So, and I also had a belly, but my arms were developed, my shoulders were developed, but not more than that.
Got it. And then, so you were saying after years of training, then you started taking it seriously. And then did you feel like the moment you started taking it seriously, that momentum carried to your business?
100%, bro. This is the thing you learn. Like, bro, fitness or going to the gym and working out connects very well. It has a very deep connection when it comes to self-development and business, especially, you know, in gym, when you go to the gym, you learn the basic things of like you learn hard work, you learn consistency, you learn that you have to make sacrifices, that you need to put in, like, you need to change your mindset. You need to push when it's hurting. You learn these things, and these same things you can use in business as well, because in business, the same thing, bro. You have to stay consistent. You have to keep doing the same things over and over again. And, you know, in the gym, you don't see results like this. It takes time, right? And that just teaches you that when you put in hard work, it's going to take time. Nothing good comes quick. So you like basically you learn a lot of the things that you learn from the gym. You can use it in your business as well, or when you're starting, or basically in your entrepreneurial journey. So I would say that it's a very deep connection between gym or fitness and the business.
I feel like a lot of people think like they have to do either one of them. So they're like, oh, if I want to focus on fitness, then I have to give up on my business. Or if I want to do business, then I have to do, like, you know, give up the fitness. But like, it's, as you said, it's like definitely connects. So how would you say people should be able to like do them both at the same time in a effective level, you know, so they can make progress both at the same time?
Very simple, bro. Just let me tell you my routine. A lot of people are gonna think this is boring as fuck, but this is my routine. I enjoy it. And first of all, you gotta learn how to enjoy it. That's the first thing. If you don't enjoy it, you're not gonna last long, right? You have to enjoy the pain. Like I enjoy when I know I'm doing something that a lot of people aren't doing, right? That's when I enjoy life. That's because that's when I feel my best and I know I'm getting better. So this is my daily routine. I wake up around 9. I come to this office. I work from around 10, 11 till 7, 8. Then I go to the gym and I just go home and I eat. And while I'm here, I'm eating as well. So it's like, I don't know, like for me, it's nothing else to do, bro. Like I just eat and train. That's literally my life, bro. Work, eat, train. Like I don't know what else to do. Like I don't like to go outside and just, go to restaurant. I can. I have the freedom. I can go anywhere I want. Like I have no boss telling me to do this and this and this. But I choose to do like fitness and business because I know it's gonna benefit me in the end. So how to balance it? Like just do it, bro. Just work on your business some couple hours a day. Just eat right and hit the gym. Eating right, bro. Just you're gonna eat anyways. So why don't just eat right? And everybody has 1 hour a day to go to the gym. So just do it. Like, and then work on your business. Like it doesn't get more complicated than that. I don't know how to explain it, like how to do it, but just do it. Just do it. That's the only way to say it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people struggle with priorities. So you said like you just genuinely enjoy training and working, but some people, they want to go out like every day, or they want to go like, I don't know, parties, this place, that place, and then they end up just wasting a lot of time. And they're like, I never have time to go to the gym. Even if you don't, you can definitely have some time, maybe for 30 minutes to do a home workout for sure. So it's at the end of the day, like it's priorities. And like personally for me, like I went through the same things too. Like besides like content, like coaching, making videos and hitting the gym, it's like not a lot to do. Maybe you can go out with a girl here and there with your boys, but at the end of the day, like what truly fulfills you is your purpose, your body. Like when you make progress in those things, you're like, man, life is good. I don't need anything else. That's all you care about.
Exactly, bro. So it all comes down to what you really want. It all comes down to your purpose. Like, what is your purpose in life? If you don't, like, bro, the people you're talking about who say that they don't have the time, or I don't have the time to go to the gym, I don't have the energy, bro. Like, they're not clear on their purpose. I'm clear on my purpose. You're clear on your purpose. Everybody who's working hard is clear on their purpose. That's why we do the things that is not enjoyable for other people, right? We're thinking long term. Like, I want to look good. I want to feel good tomorrow. I don't want to enjoy today and then feel shit tomorrow. Right? So it's all about what you really want, what your purpose is in life, and priorities, as you said.
And then, like, what's your diet looking like right now? Like, you're just eating clean foods, whole foods?
Yeah, my diet right now, bro. So let me tell you a little bit about like how my weight went up and down. So 3 months ago, I came back from Pakistan. I was on vacation, right, for about a month and a half. And when I was in Pakistan, it was Ramadan as well, so the Muslims fast in Ramadan. So we don't eat throughout the day and we only eat at night. And for me, it was hard to eat like a lot of food at night because I'm a tall guy. I'm a big guy. I like my weight is, I think at the time it was 87 before I went. So my maintenance calories is higher than like if I was smaller, right? So I have to eat more than average size people, right? So when I was in Pakistan, I only ate one meal a day. And before I went to Pakistan, I was 87 kgs as I'm right now. Right now I'm 86. And then when I came back, bro, believe it or not, I lost 7 kgs. I was at 80 kgs when I came back. I was skinny and I decided I need to build again. So now my diet is just, bro, I'm eating like, I don't know, bro. I used to be a fat guy, right? I used to say, bro, it's much easier to cut than it's to bulk. I was saying that to everybody who I used to see people in the gym and they were like, you're bulking, bro. It's hard. I was like, fuck you, bro. It's not hard. It's harder to cut. But now I'm telling you, bro, I can tell you because I have experiences in bulk. It's much harder to bulk because now I'm bulking, trying to eat like 3,500 calories a day. And I don't know if it's considered bulking. For me, it's a lot of calories because I never ate that much. And bro, and also, here's the thing. I'm fasting in the morning. I don't eat before 2, and also I don't eat carbs. So I have to eat a shit ton of clean food, a lot of chicken, and a lot of fats and protein only to get in 3,500 calories. So in the morning, I eat like 6 eggs. Like I scramble them. I put some vegetables inside of them, and I've just recently started to put like a whole can of tuna inside of the egg. So like it just mixes up so I don't taste it and I don't have to eat it later. And then avocado beside it. And then I eat that at like 1 p.m. and then 5 p.m. I just had a meal just before this call. And I was like, I don't know how many grams of chicken, but if I can eyeball it, it's like 300, 400 grams of chicken breast. And bro, no sauce, nothing, just dried chicken breast with spices and vegetables. No potatoes, no rice, nothing. Just eat it. Just close your eyes and just eat it. And then the same thing again in the evening with some fruit. So that's 3 meals a day. And I'm just trying to get in 3,500 calories. And I'm trying to build muscle.
That's good. I would suggest maybe drink your calories if you struggle eating it. It's just gonna be easier.
What should I drink, bro?
Like just make smoothies.
I tried protein shake. Because bro, the thing is, I'm prioritizing my focus more. And if I eat carbs and if I eat like things, with a lot of ingredients in them, it fucks up my focus, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like stay away from sugar and all these things. And I bought like a protein powder. It's like grass-fed protein, right? So it's like the cleanest powder you can get on the market. I bought it. I drank it 2 days. I got a lot of pimples on my face, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm not drinking this." So I don't know what to drink. But it's okay, bro. It works well. I can eat all those calories.
Yeah, for me, it was like cutting is a bit way harder. Like for me, it's easy to eat. Like, bro, just give me like 2 hours. I can have 5,000 calories. Like nothing. Like it's so easy. Cutting is like I have to like try a lot, bro. Like you have to like focus. Like eat this, eat this. Like I'm so like in tune with my body. If I add like I ate peanut butter for 1 day, my stomach gave me a lot of problems. I cut it out.
Yeah, bro. Like it's different for people, bro. Some people think it's easier to cut, but like it all comes down to you're probably a heavy eater then. You love food, and then you probably eat a lot. Like when you are not even cutting or bulking, you just generally eat a lot, right?
Yeah.
I used to be that person who didn't eat a lot because I used to be fat before. And I had like all this trauma. I was like, bro, I don't want to eat because I'm going to gain fat and this and that. So I started just eating less, and then it became a habit. And I think like my belly, what is it called? Where does your food go? The storage, it shrinks.
Stomach, yeah.
Yeah, stomach. So it shrinked or probably something like this. And then I was not like used to eating a lot of food. So it was much easier to cut for me.
Makes sense. So I know you're pretty big on reading too. I've seen you post like a lot of books and stuff. You read every day. Besides fitness and also working on your business and stuff, like what are some other habits that you think it's like super important for guys to focus on in order to like amplify their momentum and just get better as a man in general?
First of all is reading, as you said, because you must get knowledge, bro. Like most people, a lot of people are gonna not like me for this, but bro, a lot of people are dumb. Okay. Like when I started out, I was dumb, bro. I didn't know shit. And this is the thing with young people. We think that, yeah, I know everything, just because I watched Andrew Tate podcast, now I know how to escape the matrix, bro. And all this bullshit, Yeah, you probably learn a lot from Andrew Tate podcast, but you don't know everything, bro. There is so many things in this world that you can learn, right? So knowledge is number one. You have to use your time to get knowledge. You're young, bro. Like I'm young, we need to read. We need to, not especially read. You can get knowledge from a lot of sources. You don't have to especially read or watch a podcast. You can go talk with other people. You can hire a mentor. You can buy a course. Just get knowledge. That is one of the most important parts of life, and to get more success and grow, right? That is one thing. Second thing is networking. You need to have people around you who are on the same journey as you or things like you, because in this entrepreneurial journey, bro, oftentimes it just gets very lonely, and sometimes you need people that are on the same journey as you, that you can talk with, you can share, like they can share their information with you, can exchange value. And when you're around these people, just gets inspired to work even harder and do even more. So these are the two things that every man should prioritize besides fitness and business. That's knowledge and that's networking.
Yeah, I would say with books, because it's crazy. Imagine like thousands of years of worth of information. There is no way you can just find it on a video. Like I understand with the Tate videos, like he says some good stuff, but like it's a lot of surface things that everybody agrees, but it's not like deep stuff, right? So like for example, I'll give you an example. I found this random book, right? It's called Feeling is the Secret. It's about visualizations and all those things. It's 26-page book, right? But this book, like this small book, already gave me a lot of information that I didn't know. Just this one book, and it's only 26 pages. So imagine if you read like a book that's like 300-400 pages. That's so much value in it that you're like, it's gonna push you ahead for like years, you know?
Exactly, bro. You know, every time I read a book, Arin, every time I read a book, I swear it changes my life, bro. You know, every time I finish a book, it just completely changes my life. Like, bro, I have a lot of books there that I have. Like right now, these days, I'm very busy. I'm just trying to work on something new, so I'm not reading as much these days. But bro, every time I read a book, it changes my life. And yeah, a lot of things in those books I learned before as well. You know, from podcasts or just experiences. But when you read it, you get like exact steps. You get like exact knowledge you need to. Or like as you said, there is so much more value in the books. Like I can tell you, find your purpose, right? I can also write a book on how to find purpose or on purpose generally. And then if you read the book, of course, you understand more.
It gives you context. It's way more deeper with stories too.
Exactly, bro. And the thing is, you know, a lot of people, especially like people who watch Andrew Tate. I'm not throwing shit at Andrew Tate, bro. Andrew Tate changed my life as well. You know, the good guy. You know, a lot of smart guy. Like respect to him. But here's the thing: a lot of people, they watch Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate says, "I don't read books," and guess what? Everybody does. They're like, "Nah, bro, I don't read books either." You know, so they skip the like whole thing. They miss the whole point. The guy is a billionaire. You don't have time to read books. You're a broke, lazy piece of shit. You don't even have the like attention span to read a book, bro. You know, so it's different. Just because he doesn't read books, it doesn't mean that you don't have to read books. Just because he smokes cigars doesn't mean you don't have to smoke cigars as well. Do you get what I mean?
Facts, man, facts. Yeah, because the thing is, the context is that he's went through a lot of experiences, a lot of trials and tribulations in his life, and in a lot of different aspects, whether like his relationships, fighting, being an athlete, business, running like bunch of like, you know, businesses and stuff. Like you learn a lot of stuff. So maybe certain information in the books is not going to really apply to him. You know, like let's just say finding a purpose. I guess it's not going to work for him. But a guy who plays video games, like a guy who plays video games for like 6 hours a day and just doesn't work out, he needs to get some new information. Like he doesn't have no business experience. He has no like championship experience from like sports and stuff. Like he needs to get some valuable information in order to apply, you know?
100%, bro. Like you are not Andrew Tate, bro. Andrew Tate is 40 years old. Okay. He's in a whole different situation than you are, right? So people need to start first accepting that, like they need to realize that there's a big gap between people at that level and you, right? You can't skip the beginning. You can't skip to like level 1 and level 2. You can't just go to level 99 like this. You have to go through step by step. And it's different for everybody. Maybe he didn't read books, but he gets information from somewhere else. The point isn't to read books. The point isn't to watch podcasts. The point is knowledge. You can get it from anywhere. And I believe books is a very good way to get knowledge because you get every single thing. Like you said, you get it in context. You get every single detail broken down with action steps as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's like one of the only things I remember after I quit college, I started reading. It's crazy because when I was going to school, I hated reading. I didn't want to open a single book. And then you quit. You're like, oh wait, I'm actually interested. I'm not against learning. It's just what you learn. That's the thing with 100%. School.
100%, bro. Like I also was like, bro, I hated reading books. Bro, I'm learning about like the Pope in Rome. Like I don't give a fuck about the Pope in Rome, bro. Like it doesn't affect my life at all. Or dinosaurs, it doesn't affect my life at all. No, but when I'm reading something that affects my life right now, if I'm reading 48 Laws of Power and it affects my life right now, of course I'm going to read it. So the problem, just like you said, bro, the problem isn't reading. The problem is what you're reading.
Absolutely. So we covered the fitness part and how it connects with business and stuff. So I feel like a lot of guys, before even they get to this stage, they struggle with discipline with cementing those habits in their daily life and actually, be consistent with it, So like, how did you become consistent? Like, how did you like program yourself to do it every single day, regardless of if you're not getting the results, if it feels hard, if you feel like, I don't want to do this, but you still did it, so you made progress. What was that transition like?
So to get discipline and to stay consistent, that is one of the things that I struggle with the most. That was one of my biggest problems, right? If I could stay like in my first month, second month, third month, if I could stay consistent, I would never use 8-9 months to get to $10,000 a month, right? I would get there in probably half of the time, probably, I don't know. But the thing that like held me consistent and kept me disciplined was finding my purpose. So what I mean by that is finding out why. My goal was $10,000 a month. And I didn't know why I was trying to hit $10,000 a month, right? I'd have no reason. I was waking up every single day and I was like, I need to read this book. I need to watch this course. I need to do this. But I was never motivated because I never had a why, right? That's like me giving you a map, bro, and telling you, hey, here is the map, Arin, come to Norway. And you start driving and 20 minutes in, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I driving there, right? Same in like when I was trying to hit my first $10,000 a month. I didn't have no reason. I was reading books. Yeah, I want to hit 10K a month, but why? I didn't have a reason. So when I found my why, when I find out why I want to hit $10,000 a month, and the why, when you find your why has to be so strong, has to beat every excuse you have in life. Most people, they wake up, they're like, alarm goes off, and they're like, yeah, let me hit the snooze button. Yeah, let me sleep a little bit more. But let's say a guy, his name is Dan, right? Dan wakes up in the morning. He's like, his purpose is, I want to retire my mother. And his goal is to make $10,000 a month so he can retire his mother, right? He wakes up, he's like, fuck, man, I need to wake up. I don't give a fuck if I have slept 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't care. I need to wake up and I need to do the shit that I'm supposed to do so I can retire my mother, right? So the why is the most important part. A lot of people talk about discipline, but nobody tells you how to get discipline. To get discipline, you need to find the why. And the why needs to be stronger than everything else. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a family somewhere in a village, poor village, right? There is a family of 5, 3 kids, 1 wife, 1 husband, right? They're poor as fuck, and it's a third world country or something. When the guy wakes up, or the husband wakes up, or the dad wakes up in the morning, right? And he doesn't think like, bro, let me snooze. I don't want to get up. I don't have energy. I don't have motivation. He doesn't give a fuck. He wakes up. He goes and shines shoes for $1 an hour because he needs to put bread on the table for his family. It doesn't fucking matter if, bro, he's tired, if he fought a bear yesterday, if he's drunk. It doesn't matter because he has a purpose, right? His kids. So the number one key to staying consistent and disciplined is to find your purpose, because without a purpose, you will never, ever, bro, never, ever stay consistent or stay disciplined because you have no reason. Without a reason, you have no motive to take action and stay consistent. So that's like my number one advice to stay disciplined.
How would you recommend for people to find that why? Because I feel like they may say they want money, right? They may say the reason is money, but I would say a lot of the times it's just programming. You seek something outside of that, or maybe even before that, in order to, like have that goal. Let's just say, for example, I'll give you for me, I wanted to train and I was like fat. I wanted the girls. Like I didn't really care about the health aspects, now I care about it. I didn't really care. Like I don't care if I'm going to be healthy. I just wanted some girls. I was like, I've been fat, no attention. Like I have to do something. So that was my, I guess, purpose when I started training after a breakup. I was like, I need to get fit. And I feel like we need a similar thing, but for like a different reason. Like that was my purpose at the time, but in high school. So a lot of guys, they want that why, but they don't know how to get there. But for business, it's like some people may like, oh, I want a Bugatti, but that's like not really something that you really care that much, So how would you say people should go about finding that why? Is it to go through their past and see what really gave them pain and they want to solve that? Like, what's your process?
So first of all, most people are distracted, right? That's the problem. Most people, they don't know themselves, bro. Most people, they literally don't know themselves. I didn't know myself. They have they have the opinions of their friends. They listen to some kind of music just because their friends listen to the music. They're wearing a Gucci cap backwards just because their friend is wearing the Gucci cap backwards. So they don't know themselves. They're just doing everything based on influence, right? So first thing you gotta do is you gotta step away from influence and you gotta be alone, right? And when I mean alone, I don't mean scroll on TikTok or be with your phone. Fuck your phone, okay? When you're on your phone, you're not alone, okay? You're distracting yourself. You need to be completely alone, right? So you can think. So you can think clearly. And then you need to ask yourself questions. You need to ask yourself, what do I really want in life? Why do I want it? Why am I going to school? Like a lot of people are doing things that they're not supposed to do. I was going to school, I was going to university, and I remember I used to when I discovered this thing, just stay alone and I used to take a lot of walks, right? So I used to talk to myself, not out loud, but not in a weird way, but just inside of myself. I used to ask myself questions like, I was like, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, right? But what am I doing right now? I'm going to college and I'm putting myself in the depth, in a depth for the rest of my life. Maybe I need to stop doing that, right? I start to come up with breakthroughs. Like I start also ask myself questions and find out things that, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that, right? And I used to also ask myself the question, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, cool. Why? Because I want to hit $10,000 a month. Okay, why? Because I want to have the nice things. Okay, why? Why? You just have to keep digging deep and deeper and deeper and deeper until you find something that isn't materialistic. For example, I want to retire my mother, right? Let's say Dan, right? Dan, he want to retire his mother. His mother is working 2 jobs. She's old. She got back pain. She's working like she's washing dishes or something. Right? Every time he looks at his mother, he feels some kind of pain inside of him, right? And he feels like he's the man now. He should retire her, right? So his purpose is like his why. He just found his why just by talking to himself. So if I put it in one sentence, it's just stay alone, stay away from influence, and talk to yourself and ask yourself questions. Ask yourself, especially the question why.
Yeah, you got to embrace boredom. That's definitely true. Because I feel like the moment you're alone for like a minute, you're like, where's my phone? Let me just let me scroll some stuff, couple of minutes on this. You go like, oh, I got a message on Instagram, and then, oh, I have to call my friend, and then all these minutes add up, and then eventually you're like, oh, it's been hours, I haven't done shit. So I would say, yeah, reflection is a important thing. I would say probably the number one thing is, as you said, is like distractions. Because what's the average screen time? Like 8, 9 hours, 10 hours, and then people are not even making content. It's just straight up consuming. And then what happens to your brain? Like dopamine, like attention span of a fish, like can't focus. Like all these things happen because of that. You cannot embrace boredom to think.
Exactly. And also you just get opinions of others. You never think for yourself. You never use your own brain, right? You're watching one TikTok, it's telling you to do this. You're watching another TikTok, it's telling you to do this. And yeah, it's cool to get information, but sometimes you need to be alone and actually think for yourself as well. What is making sense to you, You need to think for yourself as well. So it's very important to just stay off for a while.
Yeah, because like on social media, like even I'll just give myself as an example, right? Like Tate was giving advice like 2-3 years ago. I was like, oh yeah, this thing makes sense, right? Like maybe I should start doing it. I was like, oh, he says this, do this now. Like I do this, and then like I felt like on a very good path before that, but I feel like watching Tate in a weird way kind of shifted me off the path that I wanted. It's not that his advice was bad. It's just it wasn't something for me. It wasn't authentic to me, Like even same thing, like a lot of content creators went through the same thing. They were like trying to copy Tate. No, that's his thing. He's all about fighting. He's all about business, crazy cars. That's him. That's what it makes him authentic. That's why he got popular quickly. But that's not everybody. I feel like people need to find their authentic desires and go for that rather than just trying to copy. Oh, if this is popular, I'll just do this. What's like some principles, some values that you always remind yourself, no matter the situation? Like it can be even quotes too. Like you're like, okay, the situation is like crazy. You're struggling a lot, but you're like, this principle, like I always stand by. No matter what happens, I'm gonna stick by this. What are some of those principles?
One of the biggest one is nobody cares. And there is there's a fighter named Khabib. Everybody knows who Khabib is. And I was listening to a speech of him a couple of days ago, And in the speech, it's not a quote that like a quote that I got from a picture. It's just words that I picked out. So I'm gonna say the words like I'm gonna quote his exact words. So it was like, nobody cares if you're tired, right? Nobody cares if you're tired. If you want to go back to Dagestan, you can go back to Dagestan. You can skip training. Nobody's gonna ask you nothing, right? There will be winners with or without you. It doesn't matter if you're there or not. So that's like a principle I live by, that nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares if I put in the work or not. Nobody's forcing me to be here. Nobody's like, you have to put in the work, right? And nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna ask me if I lose, if I never win, if I never succeed. Nobody's gonna come and ask me, bro, we feel sympathy for you. Why didn't you make it? This and that. Like, I'm gonna be irrelevant. Either you do it or you don't do it, right? Everybody's gonna go to the winner who made it, and they're gonna ask him, bro, how did you make it? I'm gonna be irrelevant, right? So nobody cares if you put in the work or not. Everybody, like, it's all about, have you made it or have you not made it? Like, let me ask you a question, bro. Who's the fastest man in the world?
Usain Bolt. Who's the
second fastest man in the world?
Nobody knows.
Who's the first man on the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, who's the second man on the moon?
Nobody knows.
Exactly, bro. So my point isn't that you have to be number one, that you have to be the richest man in the world, right? But my point is, either you make it or you don't make it. There is no in between. I didn't make it because this. Maybe, bro, the race between Usain Bolt and the second fastest guy in the world, like, maybe the second fastest guy in the world, maybe his dad got brutally murdered the day before the race, or he fucked up his ankle, or he got poisoned with something. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. We don't even know his name. We don't even know if he's black, white, yellow, purple. We don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, like, those small margins always make a huge difference, because, like, I feel like I personally, at least in the beginning, especially with creating content, like, I cared about, like, oh, how would I look like to other people? What would other people think, right? But, like, the moment you start letting go, it's like, you're finally free. You're finally free of, like, other people's judgments. Then you can actually do what's need to be done, rather than, oh, what looks good.
100%, bro. 100%.
Did you ever,
like? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, did you ever, like, get affected by, like, other people's judgments, especially with content, since you're, like, always posting content?
Yeah, bro. In the beginning, I was like, I don't want to post content. Before posting content, I was, like, very into posting content, if that makes sense. I was like, I want to make content. I want to like, because I knew that the shit I say, like, I knew that I was real. I knew that I don't lie. I don't fucking fake bullshit. I don't do this shit, right? And I know the things I say, they're very logical, like, I say very logical things. Like, if you want to win, just stay consistent, things like this, right? So I always wanted to get on camera, but I was always worried about, like, yeah, what would they think? What would they think? They would probably laugh at me. Oh, now I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I literally don't care. Like, somebody watching this probably know me from high school. They're sitting there laughing, bro, think this is Andrew Tate. Fuck you, bro. I don't care. I am going to do what I'm going to do. I know I am myself. I'm not trying to be anybody else. And, like, yeah, I literally don't care now. Before, in the beginning, yeah, it was like, I was a little bit scared. I was like, yeah, what are they going to think? What this and that? But as more you grow, the more confident you get, the more you build yourself, you don't give a fuck about others, because you know that you're doing the right thing to yourself and you're getting fulfilled. And that's what matters at the end of the day.
So principle number one, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Either you make it or you don't make it.
Definitely. So for the viewers that are watching, what would you say, give them, like, a 2-step action plan that they can follow to put themselves on the right track? Because a lot of people may be watching this and they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't know which habits to do. I have no purpose. Where would you start? What are some action steps that you would tell them? So
first thing I would do is I would find my purpose. Okay, that's the number one thing. If you don't have a purpose, like, if you don't have a purpose, you're not even gonna have goals, right? If you don't know why, if you don't know what you truly want in life, how can you set goals for that? If I don't know that I want to retire my mother, how will I know that I will make $10,000 a month, or what I want in life? I'm never going to know if I don't have a purpose. So that's number one. Find your purpose. Find out what you truly want in life. But as soon as you find your purpose, I swear, your whole life is going to automatically align. Everything you do, you're going to start thinking about, is this aligned to my purpose? Like when you're playing video games, but your purpose is to retire my mother. While you're playing video games or you're about to pick up the controller, you're going to think, how does this affect my purpose? Am I making progress on my purpose while doing this? Right? So your life is going to align. That's number one. Find your purpose. Number two is remove negativity from your life. And I don't only mean people. I mean like whole environment, the things you consume on TikTok, for example, Instagram, and feed yourself with positive things. For example, this video, this is positive. We're talking about self-development. Feed yourself with, for example, videos about from Hamza, for example, right? You probably know I'm talking about Hamza, the YouTuber, right? Self-development. Feed yourself with these things, right? Remove negativity from your life, and also be careful with who you surround yourself with, because the people you surround yourself with has a very big impact on your life. You know, like a lot of people think, yeah, they're my friends, bro. He's my day one brother, this and that, bro. Honestly, if you were in jail and your girl was alone with him, you know what would happen, bro. Right?
Yeah.
You can't, like, bro, the only people you can trust, like, it's like your own brothers. Maybe some people can't even trust their own brothers, right? So just be very careful with people you're around. A lot of people are going to try and drag you down, you know. Let's say you're in a friend group. A lot of people have these friend groups. I never had these friend groups. I never have a big group of friends, right? A lot of people have this friend group, and one guy is trying to do better than everybody else, and everybody's looking at that guy and being like, hey, bro, thinks he's Andrew Tate, bro, he's going to be a fitness influencer or whatever, right? They're trying to drag him down. But the reason is there's nothing wrong with you when you're trying to do something right. The problem is them, because when you try and do something right, when you try and change, they get the spotlight on them. Now the light is on them, and they feel guilty for not doing it with you. I'm trying to drag you down. You're like, yeah, but just come, bro. Fuck that shit. Come smoke with us. Let's go party or whatever, right? So that's the two main things. Find your purpose and remove yourself from negativity.
Yeah, because I remember even in high school, bro, like it's the moment you start training, changing your physique, it's like, oh, like you're suddenly becoming healthy, huh? Like you're going from this fat kid, like just little jokes, like little teasing you, just, you know, like making fun of your habits. And then later on, like, they're like, oh, like they start admiring your work, you know, like I'm sure you probably had people like making fun of your business, like, oh, what is this guy trying to do? You know, like he's not going to do anything. And then when you get there, you're like, oh, bro, how did you do it? Like big, good shit, man. Like I'm proud of you, you know, like fake supporting, you know, I hate that.
Let me tell you a quick story before we end this. You know, this was in 2020, it was in 2022, the year I started this whole thing, right? 6 months later or something, you know, and I had a friend that I went to like primary school with, right, when I was 15 years old. And, you know, we met after a long time because he moved to a whole other place to study in university, right? And we met, still remember this day. It was winter time. We were sitting in McDonald's, right? We're just talking shit, you know, just talking. I wasn't like, I don't want to meet him because he's not an entrepreneur. I'm not like that. I would meet anybody, right? So I was with him and we were talking, chilling, and he was like, we were talking about the future, right? I was asking, bro, why are you studying? Like, what are you going to do when you get that degree? He's like, oh, I'm going to be this and that. I was cool. And then he asked me, like, what are you doing? I was like, yeah, I'm just running my own business. I'm trying to, like, I told him now I'm running my own business. This is what I'm doing. And he asked me, what is your goal? I was like, to hit $10,000 a month. And he looked at me. He was like, do you really think you're going to hit $10,000 a month? He said it in Norwegian, of course, not in English. And I looked at him. I was like, fuck you, bro. But I didn't say fuck you, but I was like, yeah, it's possible people are doing it. But I was thinking to myself, like, fuck you, bro. Of course I'm going to do it. And now, like a very long time ago, maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago, that was when I hit my first $10,000 a month. And yeah, most people in my situation would be like, bro, look, bro, he was sending messages and be like, fuck you, bro. Look, I didn't even contact him. I was like, I don't care if he knows or not, right? So that is the effect of people that you hang around with. And I hadn't met him in a very long time, and I was already deep in my entrepreneurial journey. So it didn't affect me back then. But for people who are starting out, and your friends is going to tell you it's not possible, come, let's go jerk off or smoke weed or whatever they do, right? It's going to affect them. So that's the power of influence, and that's the power of your environment and the people you surround yourself with.
Absolutely. If somebody got to clip this up so, you know, your friend eventually sees the video, you know, like your story and your results. So clippers, get to work.
Clippers get to work, make
Yeah.
shorts.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. Listen, it was a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
Dropped so
Thank
much
you.
sauce, man. We learned so much. I learned so much from you. And I hope the viewers did too. And I feel like watching content like this, like putting the right information in your brain, that's like the seeds for something bigger for the later on. So I urge you, like for the viewers, like always like consume positive content, consume informational, and then those seeds are going to benefit you years later, even if like you're not taking action right there. But Haroon, like thank you for pulling up. Like hopefully we're going to do more collabs in the future. So what are some of the like projects that you're working on right now, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so right now, all I can say is I'm working on my personal brand, it's my YouTube. I'm teaching people a way how to make $10,000 a month by making the identity shift. I'm not trying to tell them do this business model, do that business model. You can find free courses everywhere. I have a school community where I teach people how to make $10,000 a month by making the identity shift. The identity shift is basically turning yourself into a $10,000 a month person here and here. That is exactly when you can make it. Other than that, I have some projects on the side. One of them is freelance outsourcing, but it's kind of boring for the viewers. It's not irrelevant. It's like irrelevant with their problems or with their situation, right? It's just businesses that I use to make my own money. But for the personal brand, it's this.
Got it. So for people, like, make sure to go check out his channel. He got some banger content. He's super consistent too. His channel has been growing crazy recently. So I'm sure he's gonna blow up very soon. Find him on Instagram, YouTube, at Haroon Khan, right? Haroon Khan?
Yes, Haroon Khan.
There we go. So follow him and then listen, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Catch you later, bro.
Catch you later, bro. Thank you for having me on.
Of course.